Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Rad Dad Toolbox. It's a beautiful day here in the Rocky Mountains, and we got a real special episode for you today. We're going to be reviewing a 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. This is a really incredible example of Ford's best back then, a highly desirable car, and I'm glad you joined us. So let's get to it, baby. Look at the lines on this thing. This was the only year that had the two extra headlights in the grille. Those are your high beams. Had a balance up front there. Just looks really mean. This one had a hood scoop added to it. It has the pins for the hood. Those are more for aesthetics than they are functional. It does have a normal latch on it. Just a really beautiful example of a Ford Mach 1. I believe it's called Aqua Aztec or Aztec Aqua. I will clarify in the heading here, so you can kind of get a feel for how nice this car is. Very well done. It had the hood scoops on the side scoops along with the hood scoop. This was a factory color in 1969. Has the rear louvers, and of course big bad rear fin, and then just really cool looking back in there. Dual exhaust, you can hear them rumbling there a little bit. Beautiful car. That big old bad hood scoop with the 351 tucked away. Looks really ominous and mean. Look at that, you come down, beautiful stripe. Dual headlights, those are freaking cool. And for the gas cap, it kind of had a cool gas cap. You just hit this button, or hit that latch there, and boom. And then when you get done filling, boom, pretty cool. They had these little teeny mirrors. We're so spoiled with the mirrors and power mirrors, etc. that we have nowadays, but just a very tiny little mirror, so you have to really be careful when you're pulling out in traffic. And there is the 351 cubic inch Windsor V8. The Windsors were actually known for more of a racing type engine. They could rev a little higher. They also Ford made a 351 Cleveland. This was considered more of the high performance version of the 351. This one, right from the factory, puts out 250 horsepower and 355 foot-pounds of torque, which was quite a big back then. This wasn't, the top of the heap like a Hemi or something like that, but it was a very strong muscle car type of setup. And the big Detroit 3 started choking these motors down, starting in 1970, 69, and 70. This one was still breathing pretty freely, but by 70, 71, 72, the horsepower just kept going down and down on these. But this was really a nice strong version, very peppy, very snappy torque on a light body like this. This one had factory AC, as you can see here. It's not hooked up, but that is the original compressor. Obviously a beautiful example of the 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. This had the full gauge package, so a lot more gauges than just a standard Mustang. This one came with a factory AC system, and it had the clock over there. It also says Mach 1. The overall condition of this car is phenomenal. Looks really, really good. The other cool thing about this car is it had power front disc brakes, which were a huge improvement from the old drum brakes. And of course, it also had power steering. All right, let's go for a daytime spin. I've got some nighttime shots in here too, but a daytime spin in this thing and see how she goes. All right, let's punch it down my lane here a little bit. Pretty sweet. And you know, we're so spoiled with our new cars, like I was saying earlier, with fuel injection. They start right up. They, you know, they're quiet, they're soundproofed. This is just a little raw, and that's how it was in the late 60s and 70s. The cars were a lot more raw than they are today. You really knew you had traveled somewhere when you went in a car like this, but a lot of fun. This is a great weekend cruiser, and fun to just get it out and hear it rumble and kick it down a gear and take it up to 100 miles an hour, that kind of thing. It's kind of fun. Of course, we don't do that because that'd be breaking the law, but at any rate, you know what I'm saying. This car very much reminds me. I also had a 1969 Cougar XR7, and it had the 351 Cleveland in it, and just very much reminds me of that particular car. Same transmission, basically same engine. The big claim to the 351 Cleveland was that it had tighter tolerances. It was more durable, a little more reliable. Both engines were reliable, but the Cleveland was known for its longevity. But anyway, it just drives very much the same way. Makes me miss that car. I wish I had another example of that one. I maybe pick one up one day. But anyway, what a fun car to drive. We get people giving us thumbs up all the time as we go down the road with it. Kids will pull up to the side and honk, and they seem to really like the color and the look of the car. It really turned out nice. Okay, tally ho. Beautiful day today. Look at those mountains. Woo! Looking pretty. Great day to be out driving a Mustang Mach 1, baby. I don't know if you can hear that rumble when it just sits right idling. It's kind of fun. Amazing how long that hood is. It's just got that kind of that Barracuda look with a big old long hood on it. Really looks cool. I don't know if you can get a feel for it there in the camera, but you're just sitting back in this big motor and big hood. It's a cool sensation. My wife and I have been out driving this morning, and it just was our joy to drive. Just kind of a very, it was Ford's best at the time, just not as refined as our newer, later, greater cars. You got your carburation, you've got the rumble, you got the little wind noise. You can hear it coming through the window right there. But this is what we drove back in the late 60s and 70s. Of course, I wasn't alive then because I'm so young. Just kidding. Okay, anyway, let's step this up for just a second. Boom, I hope you can hear that rumble. It sounds so good. And that big old hood scoop up there, it was added after the fact. I really like the striping on this particular Mustang. The blue Mustangs back in this year came in a couple colors. I've got to find the name of the other one. There was kind of a royal blue color, and then this aqua Aztec that's on this particular model. But very clean and straight this thing is, runs really good, and virtually no rust on this particular model. Any panels that were bad have been replaced and new paint put down, and so there's no Bondo on it, which is a huge thing for something that is 52 years old now. That's did I do my math right there? Let me think about this for a minute. Yeah, 52 years old, 1969. Side scoops, pretty cool. The louvers on the back windows, the rear fin. Listen to that nice healthy V8. traffic, taking the little Mach 1 for a drive. You can see it had the factory clock. This one came with factory AC and the full gauge package. Pretty cool. We'll be, light just turned green, so we'll be stepping on it here in just a minute. Can't step on it too much, unfortunately, in traffic, but you get the idea. Has a nice rumble to it. Drives super smooth. It's actually a very nicely done car, in really good shape. See if I can kick it down here in just a minute and get a little bit more rumble under the hood. It's kind of high traffic right now, so I don't know how much rumbling I'm going to be able to do here, but we'll try. You can hear it there a little bit. I can light the tires up if I really step into it. Okay, I'll let them get ahead of me. Here we go. There, she's climbing now. She's flying. She's flying. Woo-hoo. See if I can get it to squeal. Yeah, lit up those tires. Woohoo! Some parting shots of the Mustang Mach 1. Beautiful car, beautiful example of a beautiful car. And we'll end on a beautiful shot of the Rocky Mountains, still some snow on it. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today on Rat Dad Toolbox. What a fun ride. Driving in a 1969 Ford Mustang Mach 1. Beautiful car. Really appreciate you joining us. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Shaka bra. And if you haven't hit the like button, please pound the like button. And really appreciate you joining us. So until next time, thanks and have a great day.